Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tone's Market Analysis. I have no clue what day it is. Really have no idea what time it is. I just know that I'm at the airport and my flight is going to take off in like 20 minutes. I think boarding starts in like 20 minutes. All right. I did want to, go live at some point, mostly because of my tweet, basically calling the top, right? So it's been a long week, right? I went straight from Ukraine over to the west coast of San Francisco. About 30 minutes ago, I found out there was daylight. There was a time change last night, which I had no idea happened. I should have known this morning. The watch on my hand was off by an hour, and I thought that was just me not setting it correctly coming in from Ukraine. I mean, this is it's kind of what my life's turned into. Anyway. I'm gonna go straight to screen share before I get again with the hat. Hopefully this won't be as weird wearing a hat that looks like a camo hat. All right, let's go to screen share. Let me stop doxing people in my background. I got about 180 live viewers. I know no one's watching me on the East Coast right now because it's like 2 in the morning, but hey, here on the West Coast. It shouldn't be too bad, and also this is perfect for Europe. All right, here's the weekly chart. All right, now I'm going to get to my top call in a second. And I'm going to talk about what happened there and why I called and why I'm calling for a top. But look, the weekly chart is still bullish. Okay, there are several things that are happening, right? So you know what? I'm even going to go to monthly. Okay, look. My monthly is on a 9 sell. But I've been telling you guys, my indicator code is a little bit different than the one Wall Street is using. So Wall Street, I'm 2 months ahead of Wall Street right now because of this monster bullish run. So this indicator is not perfectly useful here because mine is a little bit different than Wall Street's. And it's pretty clear I have a pretty good influence based on what I say about the price. The thing is, I just don't care. So sometime this quarter, we're topping. I've been talking about this for months. So no one should be surprised, okay? Now, let's talk about the weekly. The weekly is interesting because remember, in about 10 days, we're going to have a hard fork. I haven't talked much about this hard fork because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still a little confused. If you watched the crypto network from yesterday, you would know that I am still confused on what's going on with the hard fork. So I will bring you more information on that when I have more information. I have 3 days in Washington, D.C., but then I'm home, and then I'm going to try to stream like every day to try and prepare myself and my viewers for the hard fork. So a couple of things going on here. First of all, you see this 5 candle? The 5 candle that took place last week, the week that ended like 5 hours ago or whatever, right? So the week that just ended, this is a very large 5 candle. That's not the ideal 5 candle. Now, we got away with it right here. You see how the week of the week of May 8th was also a very large 5 candle with a down 13 arrow. That's exactly what happened this past 5 candle. A large candle with a down 13 arrow. That's not how ideally I want my 5 candles to be. Now, we were able to get away with it here because we were at the very beginning of the bull run. It wasn't even $2,000. I don't believe we're going to get away with it this time. You want your 5 candles to be as close to dojis as possible so that you have a much higher chance to get a 9, because a 9 candle needs to be higher than a 5. The chances that we have 4 more weeks that are going to close higher than the close of this week's candle is very, very difficult. It's going to be difficult, okay? The hard fork is not, anyway, I'll talk more about the hard fork soon, but that's going to be its own problem. So I I think we topped. I really, really do. Now, the daily chart is what helped me make the call. Now, I might be going, I'm going a little bit with my gut feeling here, right? Like normally, I'm all about the technicals and not about, my gut. But I think we topped, and I'm going to talk about why on the daily. So the monthly is calling for a top. The weekly is still calling for 4 more weeks of upside. But I think with this hard fork, things are about to get very, very interesting. The reason why I called the top was because of the daily candles. The daily candles, first of all, gave me a 9. Nobody should be freaking surprised. I'll go to my tweets in a minute. No one should be surprised about me calling at least a short term 1 to 4 day correction as of today. As of earlier, sorry, as of yesterday, well, I guess today is still ongoing, but this candle, the 11.5 candle should, the 11.5 candle was always going to be a candle I was going to call some kind of a top. The question always was, is it going to be the excuse me, guys, I have to sneeze. San Francisco is pretty cold. San Francisco is like colder than New York. Um, anyway, um, I was always going to call some kind of a top on this day. I've been talking about it for a week that I was going to call a top. The question is this the top for the year or is this the top for the week and then we go higher next week? Honestly, I still don't know. For now, for the time being, this is a short-term top with a 1 to 4 day correction and then reevaluate. Notice how I say 1 to 4 day correction and reevaluate. Normally I say 1 to 4 day correction and then back to the upside. Not this time. This time it's 1 to 4 day correction and then we got to reevaluate this mess, okay? Because it's very possible we have topped for the year. This candle is now a reversal candle on a daily 9 within a monthly 9, though not a weekly 9. But that's okay. It's hard to get everything perfect. All right. Can you guys see me right now? Because someone just asked in live chat, is Tone going live? I'm assuming you guys can all see this. Let me just get a quick confirmation in live chat that you guys are seeing my screen. You can see my screen. Yeah, everyone can see it. All right, not my fault. All right, we're good, guys. So let's go on then. So this time, I'm looking for a 1 to 4 day correction and then reevaluate. Now, I am actually like, I'm not bearish yet, right? So there is nothing here that's telling me to short Bitcoin. However, all the signs to take profit from your bullish trades. All right, this is it. Now, if I zoom in, if traditional analysis is being used, traditional, not the time indicator. If traditional analysis is being used, the short is lower than the doji. Okay, the moment this candle dropped below this line, it was a short. Okay, now right now it's even a better trade. All right, I remain bearish here. Whether I'm gonna be bearish for the next 3 months or I'm only gonna be bearish for 3 more days, I don't know. I'll do another one of these podcasts in about 3 days. But for now, this is not looking good, right? I mean, like, I'm taking this 9 very, very, very seriously. The 9 that took place on the current candle, all right? And I'm going to go to my tweets in a second. Now, I was looking for one more pop going into the hard fork. let me try to explain why I don't think this is going to happen. Okay. So first of all, I do think that this hard fork is going to be way more serious than the August 1st hard fork. And I'm not going to provide details on this video because my flight's going to be boarding, I believe, in about 5 minutes anyway. But I think it'll be more serious. And even if we get a pop, it's not going to be enough to get us to a weekly 9 anyway. So I just don't see this weekly 9 coming, because I think that either the selling is going to begin, either the selling has already started because people are going to be fearful of the fork, um, or the selling is going to start right after the fork, and there may be one more push higher. But even if there is one more push higher, remember my tweet, the tweet that I sent earlier today. Look, pigs get slaughtered, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. Now I am looking for a correction after the hard fork, but the hard fork is 10 days away. Um, I do not advise um, taking a chance for a tiny bit of upside if you're expecting some selling afterwards. All right. Now, granted, a lot of people will probably be selling the hard forked coins. So there might be more demand for actual Bitcoin. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But to me, this is a short term top. Okay. I think they're already calling in for my flight, but that's okay. Let me go to the 4-hour chart, right? Another thing that helped me call the top was the fact that the 4-hour chart had a 9. This was a 9 when I sent the tweet. I waited as long as I could during the day, mostly for my clients to get a chance to get out before I tweeted out publicly, right? I didn't give them a heads up that I was going to be tweeting. I try to be as fair as possible to everyone. But um, if you know how to trade the numerical indicator, okay, you should have seen this 9. This 9 was around for hours. Like, here's the tweet that I sent out, right? This is what it looked like on my end, okay? This is what it looked like on my end when I tweeted it out. So this 9 was already forming before I tweeted out. Read all of the stuff that I sent. If you are an active trader, it's time to look for an exit, okay? Nowhere do I say short. If you're a buy and holder, it's time to, like, ignore the fork and the Bitcoin price for a while, okay? So the 4-hour chart gave me a 9, okay? So to me, this is a 9 because that's when I called it out. So this was a 9. Now, the hourly chart is also interesting, okay? Now, the hourly chart gave us a 9 here that I mentioned. I tweeted it out almost in real time. Um, but a couple of interesting things here, all right? Like, you see this drop? You see how this drop ends in a reversal candle? This is where you have to use a little discretion. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the count breaks. What is the close of this candle at 1600 New York time today? Right. The close of this candle was 7348.50. What is the close of this candle? 7351.50. So the difference between this candle being a price flip, going from a red color to a green color, and this candle being a red 5 is literally $3 on a $7,300 asset. To me, that is too much of a margin for error. Like, if this candle closed 5 minutes earlier, this would have been a red 5. To me, as I look at this actually is a red 5 because I treat this indicator as a momentum indicator. When momentum is 9 candles deep, it's time to watch it. So for me, this is too close of a margin of error. And for me, this drop is exactly 9 candles deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then boom, this would have been a 9, okay? So to me, this is a 9 candle deep drop coming off a hammer. Do I think this is something serious taking us back to new highs? I do not. I see this as a 1 to 4 hour dead cat bounce and then lower, okay? Um, so if I start drawing my arrows, I will, draw a little bit higher into the moving average, okay? And then I'm going to go down, okay? And if we get back down to here, it's a double bottom. And double bottoms are unicorns like double tops. So at this point, you really are looking for double bottoms. Now, here's the good part. When am I wrong? See, this is the difference. Everyone is calling me the next Vinny Lingham, okay? Where am I wrong? Okay? I'll tell you where I'm wrong. All right? I'm going to draw 2 trend lines. I'm going to draw a yellow trend line at the very top of this candle. So at the very top of this candle gives me an intraday double top, okay? But that's only like 76.50, all right? I would be a little more optimistic. So I would take another line. And I would probably draw it. Remember, 8,000 is a round number, okay? I would wait. I would wait till we're above 8,000. So I would go another line right here, because remember, I was also looking for my tops here. So I would take another line, I would make it green, and I would draw it. Well, we're not going to go up there that quick, though we could. I'll draw it a couple of days out, okay? I would go 8,100. I would take a line at 8,100. All right? Above 8,100, right? So if I go to coordinates, that's perfect, 8,106. That works for me. Making sure I don't miss my flight here. Look, above this yellow line, we're probably going to go higher and make another high. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. For me, probability that we topped, and probably for the year, is in. All right? Now, normally I would say you had too many chances to sell the top. But if you look at the daily chart, you did not have that many chances to sell the top. You had a couple of hours, okay? That's not enough, all right? So I am looking for downside here. So I don't know if I want to adjust these arrows. I think I have to at this point. I also don't want to delete these arrows. So I'm actually going to delete this arrow live on camera, okay? You have to realize that if we go back into my original target, we have a double top, and I don't believe in double tops. So that means we're going higher. So I'm not exactly sure what to do with this, but I don't think we're going there, okay? I'm not really sure how to correct it. And I don't really want to delete all my arrows, right? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm not sure what the best way to do this is, right? I don't want to. I want to make sure that, and we're not going to go straight down, by the way. There's going to be some. I'm going to adjust these later. Again, I got a flight in like 5 minutes. So anyway, we're not going to have a double top, right? So I'm going to take this arrow. I'm going to just lower it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust them this way. And my next tweet is going to look like this, okay? So it's the best I can do on a short notice, right? I don't believe. I no longer, we went up too fast, right? I no longer believe there's a, I think we topped. I think we topped. There's nothing else I can say, right? So I'll talk more about the hard fork and the shitstorm that is, but this is where I'm wrong, right? If we cross the yellow line, preferably close above the yellow line, but even if we just cross the yellow line, it means that there will be one more top. If we cross the green line and we're past the fork. That's also important, right? If we cross the green line after the fork, I'm actually going to move it over. If we cross the green line after the fork, I'm probably going to go back to being bullish. Okay, so maybe I can take a green arrow and like maybe draw it like that. I don't know. I'll adjust these next time. All right. So that's basically my view right now. Is that I think this is done. Now, and I'm going to talk about. I got plenty of time to talk about where I see a bottom, right? So and I don't think 6,000 may hold it, but probably unlikely. All right, I'm gonna. All right, I think I got to go to my flight, so I don't have time to talk about Vitalik centralizing his project. Attention, please. Anyway. All right, here you go, guys. Just want to say hi. I don't have time for questions. My flight started boarding 10 minutes ago, so I do have to cut the video. I'm going to make sure I don't miss the flight because I got to speak in Washington tomorrow. All right, I hope this was helpful to traders, and I'll talk more about it when I land. I'll be, MIA on a plane sleeping for the next 6-7 hours. All right, bye, guys.